I'm Troy Gandy, your index voice of inspiration, and I have the extreme pleasure to present to some and introduce to others the host of this morning's Pass the Ball segment. He has the reputation of being a master builder. He's a six-figure ring earner and gold legacy member. He is also the first shareholder in Washington, D.C. He's known to this family as the man of courageous conversations. We're talking about Uncle Jack.
Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Troy. You got me fired up and wired up. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir. The ball is
All right,
yours, sir. Take it away.
all right, all right, all right. So we'd like to welcome everybody to Money Making Monday. And we got a great show for y'all today.
Today's
We got some
Tuesday.
nuggets. I mean, Tuesday. Turned up Tuesday. Turned up Tuesday.
Uncle Jack missed the day.
I just came on vacation, so I was unplugged. So that's a I guess a side effect of being unplugged. I was all the way unplugged. And just so you know, man, I don't know if any of y'all ever been to San Antonio, but I got a chance to go to San Antonio and experience this thing called the River Walk. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it, right? But the heat in San Antonio was on some next level stuff, man. That heat is
I told you it was gonna be, didn't I?
good gracious. Like it's Dallas was hot, but San Antonio was a different animal. But anyway, yes, I was unplugged. I missed a couple days. I'm back. I'm rejuvenated. I'm ready to go. I got three questions for y'all, so y'all come off of mute and help a brother out, so I can feel your energy and get back plugged in. The first question is, team, how y'all feel?
Fired
Fired
up.
up.
Fired up.
Fired up.
Woo. And what's up?
My
My
income.
income.
Come.
And who gets a green sheet?
Everybody gets a green
Everybody.
sheet.
Green sheet.
I can't see.
Everybody gets a green sheet except for DJ Delay. Delay did not get his green sheet, so he's not participating this morning. So if he does come, if the song plays like it's probably gonna just come from out of nowhere and just start playing, just know that yay. If not, yay, I'm missing my song. Like right now, I'm trying to get my song, but I guess I won't be getting my song this morning. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, also another question for y'all because I'll tie this in later. Anybody see the movie by Tyler Perry, the movie Straw?
Yes.
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 Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets.
More. The simple bitch. She come out dancing.
Oh, you heard it, please. Improving this morning.
Go India. Go India. Go India. Go India. Go India. Go India. Go India.
I beat Jen.
Okay. All right, we got some friendly competition going on. But real
Using
quick, I
a
want
child is cheating, by the way. Using a child is cheating.
so real
Oh, it's
quick.
competition, Uncle Jack. This ain't friendly. This is on.
Look, children can be employees. Ask the tax professional.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
All right, y'all, everybody hold up a minute. No, we can't use the children, but we can use the children because they our children, they in our village. So everybody in the village, that means it's not cheating, Jim. Sorry. All right, so this was happening. Who saw the movie?
I did. It was awesome.
What is I want to have a discussion because I'm gonna go somewhere with it. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're back to having some courageous conversation with Uncle Jock, and then we'll get to our regularly scheduled program. So with that being said, what did y'all? What did y'all? What? Let's talk. What y'all think about the movie?
Well, me personally, I saw your post, Jock. And I actually said, who wants to get on and talk to me about this? About this movie. I had a couple of thoughts about. First of all, mental health is this. We got to do something about it. It's not a lot of things that happen to us is not because of us per se, but it eventually is because of us because we're not doing what we need to do to heal ourselves. But what was really getting me was the fact of her. I don't how many people saw it, but her struggle and everything she was going through to protect her, to take care of her daughter. And I'm just sitting here like, there are ways that other things that she could have done to try to help herself and maybe get into a community that could have helped herself.
Woo, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Because
Okay.
You just hit exactly where I wanted to go. Because where I wanted to go don't have nothing to do with the movie. Okay. So y'all can talk about the movie later, or when I do my Courageous Conversation podcast this week, I will let y'all know and we can discuss. All right. But you said something, right? You said something where you talked about struggle. The lady was struggling. Yes or yes? She
Absolutely.
had some struggles, right? But here's the thing. And this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about crossroads. And if you can, if y'all have some background noise, please, co-host, help me out. Make sure everybody's on mute because we can really go in deep with this, right? You talked about struggle. What is the cause of most people's struggles?
Money.
Money.
Is it? Okay. Well, I'll put that up here. I'll say
No,
right.
it's girls of today. Ain't nothing but trouble.
Eric is living a whole house full of girls, and he just don't know how to protect himself at all times. This
That's
guy
life.
he just be cruising for a bruising, don't he?
Lack of support.
So here's
Life.
the thing, though. Here's the thing. Most people struggle. Would you agree or disagree? Because of decisions
Oh yeah.
that are made.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this.
Okay.
You are and your bank account is where it is today because of the decisions that you made yesterday.
Preach. That's true.
So here we go. Every single one of us like right now, is standing in a crossroads. Crossroads, so let me rephrase. We say life be life. So I'm using the words crossroads today. All right. And I put these notes out. And when I watched this movie, I really was like, hold up, we gotta talk. So here's the thing. On one side, there's an easy road. That road is really, really wide, right? And it's full of good vibes, distractions, Netflix binges, excuses, and just enough money to survive, but never thrive. Anybody familiar with being on that road? The other road is narrow. It's uncomfortable. It's lonely at times and it's filled with discipline, early mornings, late nights, rejection, setbacks, doubts. But it leads to a place that most people would never see. And here's the real kicker. Only you can decide what road is going to be worth it to you, right? So here's the thing. Let's talk. Let's talk about the easy road real quick. This is where the road, or most agents, this is where most agents get stuck. And that's what people say all the time, like, I'll make those calls tomorrow. I do it when I feel motivated, or I'll get to it when I get to it. Nobody's answering, so I'll call back. That's the easy road, right? The easy road gives you permission to settle. Woo! Hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down. It gives you permission to settle, right? Let me look at these notes. What I got here? It tricks you into thinking that you're building something, but months go by, right? And your bank account and your confidence is still in the same place. Don't get it twisted. The easy road doesn't feel bad at first. It feels familiar. That's why most people take it. It's comfortable, but it robs you of your future and the things that you want, right? So here's the thing. Talk about the other road. This is where champions are built. It's where you decide to get up early and hit the phones. It's where you post content even when you don't feel like it. It's where you train, study, ask for help, take rejections on the chin, and keep going anyway. And this is where you make your family proud. This is where your kids stop watching you or start watching you learn how to thrive, right? So in closing, here's the kicker. The finish line that you dream of, that six-figure income, that debt-free life, that generational shift, it doesn't come cheap. It costs you comfort. It costs you habits that no longer serve you. It costs you versions of yourself that's okay with being average. You don't want to be okay with being average. The difference between a broke agent and a boss agent, one decided the sacrifice was worth it and the other didn't. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to kind of pull everybody's chain, man, because the life that most of us right now, there are a lot of us on this call who are in the third quarter of the game called life. You got to start making some better decisions. And I'm really talking to myself. Y'all just happen to be listening to me.
You ain't by yourself.
So the thing is, today, you're at the crossroads again. And guess what? You're going to be at the crossroads tomorrow, and the day after that, and the week after that. The crossroads is remember what it is. It's life. Life's going life. The crossroads are going to be there. But if you can get consistent at choosing the hard road, even when it doesn't feel good, you'll start seeing the results that most people never experience. You know, Eric talks about it all the time. He say, look, I can't wait for nobody. I gotta go. My family, my wife, my life is dependent on me to make the best decisions possible. So here's what I want to ask of everybody this morning. Y'all ask yourself, which road am I choosing today? Comfort or calling? Because the world doesn't need more comfortable people. It needs people who are willing to be bold, brave, consistent, people like you, agents of change and leaders of legacy. So, who got their hand up for the first testimony this morning? I'm going to call on the lady who I got a tremendous amount of respect for. That was my 2 cents, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I have a tremendous amount of respect for her. She has earned the position of senior manager and been killing. She's been making some very good decisions. And I wanted to share with us what she got going on in her neck of the woods. Miss Tiffany Tyler, the floor is yours.
Good morning, team. I wanted to come on and say, Uncle Jock, it seemed like you're right here in North Carolina with me, choosing a road. I chose the wait road, and I found out Monday that I should not be waiting on people to reach out to me. So I had a doctor's appointment yesterday morning, and I left home at 7. I put my business cards in my pocketbook, and I said, my appointment is at 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to businesses. So I went to businesses, met up with a bunch of people, passed out my business card because in the back of my mind, Eric said, come in contact. And that's all I was thinking. Pass those business cards out and get a business card. So I did, and I met like 2 influencers, 1 barber, a dog, a walker, a dog groomer. And I met like several people, but I was waiting. And I can't wait because my business is not going to build. So hopefully I'm going to, well, not hopefully, I'm going to get out and do the same thing this morning. I'm going to walk the street that I live on actually and just knock on the doors. And then secondly, I raised my hand too late last night, but Eric said something that stuck with me. And I had to go back and I said, you know what? Erik and Meri, Dr. Meri, have a heart of gold, because he said last night on the call, he said, and we put $8,000 to it and we paid out of pocket. If nobody thought like I did last night, they are sowing our seed, and I was taking advantage of it. I don't know if nobody else was, but I took advantage of that. And I have to be so serious and say, thank you all for sowing the seed. All I have to do is water it, and taking advantage of people with kind hearts. It's not good. It don't put no favor over you, and you don't get no spotlight. So with that being said, I just want to say, I am not taking advantage of you all putting your own money out there. And you know what? He said they hadn't even paid their mortgage, and they taking a risk of $8,000 out of their own pocket to make sure that we are good for the level up. Paying people way, making sure they got somewhere to stay. So if you all have a mindset, do not take advantage. When your seed is given, water it, guys. Water it. And I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna kill it. And I'm gonna become ED, next ED, before this year ends, because that right there really stuck with me. And sometimes, whoever is biblical, whatever, in Mark 5:25, it says the lady bled for 12 years. Us women know about that bleeding. And she went to physician after physician after physician, and they couldn't help. But she pushed through the crowd, changed her position, and didn't go in front of Jesus. She reached and pushed through the crowd and touched his hem. Only one touch would do, guys. And that's all I got to say. Only one touch.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Tiffany, for sharing. Like you said, you know, some people might look at it. Well, first, let's talk about the leadership. The leadership of a Dr. Meri and Erik Robinson. Like you said, they do so many things because this is a lot of people's mission. This is their mission, right? And their business. So they have a business and a mission that they're running simultaneously, right? And so some people could look at it like they're paying, but they're investing in themselves, they're investing in their business, and they're investing in the villagers that reside in their village. So like Tiffany said, if some seeds are being planted, see, here's the thing, you can plant your own seeds. Sometimes you might not even have your own seed to plant. If somebody plants some seed in your front yard, and you didn't have any grass growing in your front yard, but you know somebody put some seeds there for you, like Tiffany said, water the damn seeds. Who you passing that ball to, Tiffany?
I don't know who hand was up next. Oh my God.
It was Tawana.
Oh Lord.
We gotta get through these hands pretty quick. So make sure y'all
take. She's such an inspiration. Like, and when she talks, she's so soft. But she mean business, and you can tell it all through her heart, all through her soul. So Miss Tawanda, please come on off and bless us with what you got going on, sweetheart.
Thank you, Tiffany. And I honestly was about to lower my hand because I think you said everything that needed to be said right there. So I was gonna piggyback off of Jock, but I'm gonna leave that alone and just say what happened yesterday. Really quickly, I had to jump off the call because I had an interview with a gentleman that went into my DM on Facebook. And you know, ladies, you got to be careful about those DM messages because, you know, they see a pretty face, they gonna say something to you. Cool. So I let him talk, and he asked me what I did, and I said, I do life insurance. Do you have any? And then he started talking about that. So long story short, because I know we got to get off, I said, we can talk on Facebook chat, the video part. So I can make sure that he's clearly somebody that I can speak to, because they will claim that there's somebody else, and they might be some African, way out in the Congo trying to pretend there's somebody else. So we actually talked. I saw who he was, did a green sheet on him, and we have a follow-up interview next week when he comes back off of his travel. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Everybody that comes into your DM aren't always bad. And just be careful. I said the next one will be on a Zoom, because just in case he wasn't good, I know how to block him. So
all right.
And pass the ball to this wonderful lady that's killing also in the business.
Hold on, real quick. If we got any co-hosts, if people that are texting, that are trying to get in, so can y'all, the co-host, who's ever co-host, I can't see right now because I don't have.
We got you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pass the ball to Mo Money. Mo, what do you have going on with you, Leo?
Good morning. Good morning. I got to go back to what Jock was talking about this morning, the movie. And one of the things that I took away from it is that a lot of people suffer in silence. And that has to do with our business as well. But a lot of people suffer in silence, making it seem like they're doing all this, we all good and all this stuff. But even in our business, one thing that I really love about Xperts, Dr. Meri, Coach Erik, is the family. Because when you have, family, you have a team, a real true team that you can go to, it really does make a difference. And and I don't have to pretend like I'm doing good. I can come and say what's really going on and get help. And I'll say this too. A lot of times, if you come onto a lot of the trainings, it is a lot. And what I started doing is I tuck it in, I write it down, and I add little by little. So if I can stay consistent with posting, with talking to people, I can add the other stuff that I'm learning as I go, but just keep growing. And so that's one of the things that I really saw, is that a lot of people, even to take their life. I had a family member take their life, me and my husband, a few months back. And if you looked at them, you thought everything was going well for them. And so we have a place where we can actually come and get help, talk, say how we feel, be real. And that's, to me, that's priceless. And so the last thing I'll say about my activity is that I know so many people in that training we had about duds and studs. I just started calling people, city officials, different people. And when you can talk honestly about your company, and you got a good commission, you got training, you got people that love what they're doing, you got people that's putting their own money in here because they believe, I believe. And so, the people that you didn't think would be interested, we got some big people that's interested. So I'm thankful to all of you, Uncle Jock. So I just had to share that.
Well, thank you, Mo, for sharing with us. And like you said, mental illness is um it's so many people, like you said, that suffer in silence, and you think they're together because they present themselves like it's just like anybody. A lot of people who suffer from illnesses, whether it's alcohol or mental or medical situations, people when they step outside, they don't like to present that version to the world. So a lot of times they're covering themselves up, they're masking what the situation is, and a lot of times you can't see that people are out here suffering. So the big takeaway today is pay attention to the people in your village. And if somebody looks a little off, somebody feels a little off, if somebody's energy is a little off, lean in, embrace, see if you can strike up some conversation, see if that might be able to get somebody to pour some coffee out without you being too intrusive or like you're being nosy. Because you got to be careful. But the thing is, pay attention to the people in your village and make good decisions. Make good decisions. We've all probably been or all have made not so good decisions. But guess what? Moving forward, we gotta make better decisions. We got two more hands up. Erica, we're gonna take you last, and then so Donna, I'm sorry, Mo Money Mo, who you passing that ball to?
Oh, I'm gonna pass the ball to Miss Donnay. She had the little baby girl taking the control this morning.
Yeah, she beat Jen out. She beat Jen
She
out.
sure did. So tell us what you got, sis.
Hey, family, grand rising to everyone. So I just want to say thank you to um, Mary and Eric again, piggybacking off of what my girls was talking about. Thank you for putting yourself out there for us. I have never seen nothing like this before in my life. And I have never been a part of anything like this in my life. So I am very, very grateful. I am glad that I chose to say yes when Tawana came up to me. So thank you, Tawana. Thanks so much. Thank you, everybody. You know who you are, Jock and Mary, for pouring into me. But what I want to say is I'm excited. I have both of my teammates on the phone, Ramunda and Dr. Ramunda and Danny. Danny is going to be on fire. I know it. Dr. Ramunda is going to be on fire. I know it. We just got to get them to do what they got to do to press through, to get them to do what they have to do to press through. But we're going to do this. We're going to do this. I will be ED by the end of the year. I will be ED by the end of the year. Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
rock and roll. What you put into this is what you're gonna get out of it. So put
Exactly.
all you got into it. Treat it like it's your job. Every day, show up. Don't get out the car, no matter how hard it gets. That's my spiel. And I'm gonna pass this to
Hold
Miss
on, real
Eric.
quick. Hold on, real quick, Donna, because you just said so. You said don't get out of the car because what?
Hmm?
You had said don't get out of the car. Whatever you do, don't get out of the car, right?
Don't get out, don't get out the car. Don't get out the car. Don't quit. Because what's going to happen is you're going to see it. It's going to start working for you. If you stop, you'll never get to get that experience.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! This thing is on fire. We
All
got
right.
Erica
Yeah.
and Jen. We gotta get these two out. Erica was like Jen. We cutting off at Jen.
All right, Miss Erica, Miss Erica. I can't see your face, so I don't know who you are, but I know you got some good stuff for us, some good nuggets. So I'm gonna pass the ball to Erica. Erica, let's go, let's grow.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm be real quick. I just wanted to just talk about just making sure everybody takes advantages of where they are and what they're doing. This morning, I have a lovely, beautiful 2-month-old baby. So we were up at 3 a.m., probably from 3 to let's just say 6 feeding and I guess hanging out. And actually, I've been on this influencer run, since I was up, I was able to actually speak with the influencer who messaged me at like 3:15 in the morning, and I was like, "Well, I'm up. Let's just see what we can do with make moves with what we got." And I had no idea that she was in like I knew she was in a different time zone, but I didn't know she was in Dubai. So it was like 2 p.m. for her. So we're just texting back and forth like it's a regular occasion. Because I guess it's a 2 p.m. text for her, but I'm just like, oh man, actually, I'm so glad that I'm up because I would have missed this whole call and been calling her back at 10 p.m. So that's all I had to say. Just take advantage of where you're at because you never know where where you could get in where you fit in, even if you think that, oh man, I don't even know why I'm here.
Love it, love it, love it. And who you passing that ball to?
None other than lovely Go Jen.
Good morning, guys. I had to wait to put my hand up because I had to wait for somebody to get into the meeting. And I think she's still on the other side. At least that's how it looks to me right now. But can everybody help me congratulate Latricia Davis because she hit her SFA promotion last night with
Nice.
that last policy that she put in at 11 o'clock last.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulate her.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ah,
Came in right before the convention. She managed to get to the convention, and she has just taken off since then between building her team and putting in her policy. So, yep, I wanted to make sure that everybody wished her. So, Latricia, do you got anything to say, baby? Do you want to come off mute and say good morning and stuff to everybody?
Good morning, everybody. I just want to say thank you to most of Dr. Meri and Erik for just putting me on the right path and taking me down the right road. And I'm just very thankful. I'm not the type to brag, so that's why I'm always quiet. I just kind of like to go with the flow. But I just want to thank everybody that's helping me grow.
Woo. Love it, love it, love it. And thank you for sharing. And congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Come off of mute. She just said her SFA promotion. That is huge.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
So
Congratulations.
with that being said,
Get a
ladies and gentlemen.
3x5 too, Uncle Jock. I think she got the 3x5.
Woo.
Okay. She's smoking. But see, this is a great example. Latricia's story is a great example of being a good coach and being a good team player that's coachable. She couldn't find her way at first. Like she was lost. It was almost like just floating in the water, just out there, right? She and Erik made a connection at the conference. Erik gave her some plays to run. Now here's the thing. When you give a good player the plays to run, they're going to run the play, not only run it, they're going to run it and they're going to execute. Run it, execute. Gain yards, gain yards. You're never going to gain yards if you don't run the play, right? You're never going to get the play unless you plug in. You're never going to plug in unless you make the right decision. Y'all see where I'm going with this? So, great job, great story. I'm going to take the ball, pass it to the gentleman we call the index voice of inspiration so he can bring up